With the cheerful and friendly service offered by Scotland Island traders, it's hard to believe anyone does their own shopping anymore. Psst, you want to buy a filthy postcard?
Pittwater taxi. Unaffordable inconvenience. Direct free call from the pink box at the point. Not the big pink box at the Busagina. The small one at the end of the walk. More fun than time zone. Play the game on different levels. Choose your enemy, including the cranky Wuzzer, the geriatric Ginger Megs, Big Bad Bob, and if you're game, Dangerous Dave. Ah, smell the two-stroke. When the friendly opposition provides a safe house for all your telephoning needs, just say yes, 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 and let Optus put the world in your hands. Whether you are phoning in that order to your favourite bottle shop across the park or clinching that dodgy business deal across the ocean, you'll never pay more than $85.50 a minute. Special deals available to our valued customers who frequent our discreet 1-900 number. Why not check out our website at www.hopelessbastard.com.au.
Fat Hardner Enterprises. We specialise in excavations, collections, seawalls and erections. Removals, barging, demolishing and enlarging. Dry cleaning, steam cleaning, loud screaming, wet dreaming. Ruby embossed platinum, specialist at everything. Card number 015-204-662. You dream it and we'll cream it. And it'll cost you $100 and a case of beer for Jack. Sick and tired of having dirty windows? Fat Hardner Enterprises introduces the latest service to the Scotland Island community with his very latest in natural window cleaning techniques. Just look at this fella go as he leaves these windows spotless and streak-free. Fat guarantees you'll never need to scrub, squeegee, chamois or Windex ever again. Fat's price per house, you guessed it, $100.
Church Point Car Park. For a real treat out next weekend, why not take the family to Pittwater's latest theme park, Cranky Carland. Your kids will thrill to the sound of crunching metal, marvel at the sight of spurting radiators, and giggle at the gaggle of cranky cars as they jockey for the position in the ultimate race for the parking spot. Educational tours are also available from the Pittwater Council to those wishing to learn the art of theft and bastardry. Bookings are essential and weather conditions apply. Also, if you're one of our lucky winners, you're lucky enough to get a free ticket.
During the recent Sydney water poisoning episode, many island residents felt left out. Drinking clean rainwater gave them nothing to talk about at work. They had no excuse for having a sickie. To bring the island residents closer to their mainland counterparts, Sydney Water offers a special service. Empty that rainwater out of your tanks and top up with unfiltered water from Warragamba. Contact your local water rep. Or, if you want to try our new service and don't feel like emptying your tank, try our dehydrated Sydney Water. 3 40-kilo bags is sufficient to bring the average tank up to the same standard as mainland water. And if you still want that authentic island taste, add up to 3 possums per tank. With our special Y2K Olympic blend, Giardia, Crypto and Slime never tasted better. Ah, taste the difference. Looking for that perfect getaway or function? Look no further than the luxuriously discreet Bussadina. Be thrilled by the puce, Portaloos gyrate to the state-of-the-art house music performed by the ever-popular Bookhead and the Wankers, whilst romancing that special what's-her-name, where Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Jones, Johnson, whatever your bloody name is, are always welcome. Special package deals available on Secretary's Day. Conditions apply.
Island Fire and Paramedic Services. Should that be paralytic?
No.
Oh, okay. For medical attention that looks after the patient, not just the injury. Bulk billing available. Veteran firefighter Bruce holds many secrets, and all attempts to make him talk have failed. In the most recent attempt, members of the fire brigade used the old Chinese torture without success. The constant drip on the head simply made Bruce tired. That's it from Val Morgan. Please stay seated.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Island Players, welcome to the show, New Faces of 1999. I've been asked to make a couple of announcements before we begin. Firstly, all the proceeds of these 3 nights is being given to the Kosovo refugees, and I don't think anybody did that. The second thing that we want to say is that all of the material is work of pure fiction, and has no reference to any living person, and the Island Players will not be a party to any litigation from any ferry company, water taxis, mini market, bottle shops or wedding emporiums, or local contractors. Or TV shows, or local TV shows, yes. Now then, new faces, it certainly is. We've got some new talent up here tonight for you. Rob and Vanessa, you'll see them in one of the acts. Colleen de Winton, she's appearing as our singer, labelled as the thinking man's Carmel. And some old faces are back with us. Dave Walsh is here, famous for his Club Gothic shows. Old favourites in cameo roles, Brian Clark and Graham Richardson. Richmond, rather. Nettie Lodge, she's with us again this evening. Nettie's just come back from the National Art Gallery where she won a prestigious award. Entering her self-portrait in the Archibald competition, she found that it had been mistakenly hung upside down in the landscapes. Trudy's here with us again, looking as lovely as always. And an old favourite, Matt Penfold's treading the boards once more. Matt's back from the male virility clinic. Matt said it was his lifetime's ambitions to be a sex symbol. Unfortunately, he flunked the medical. Anyway, well, I think that's just about it from me, and it's we're going.
Hey, Bob.
Hello, Bob. How are you?
What are you doing?
I'm introducing them to the acts.
Well,
What do you want? What do you?
well, I thought I'd been booked to do that.
No, not here, mate. No, it's
What?
me. No, it's me.
Oh, did my agent get it wrong? This is Saturday, isn't it?
You sure you're not booked for Peter Mace's party?
Oh, possibly. So you got a party on tonight?
We get a party on.
Oh, well,
every
I
night.
better go.
Oh, well, now that you're here, have you only got one Guinness?
Well, no, I have another one behind the scenes.
Anyway, it's good to see you, mate.
Well, we've done it before, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done it before.
Well, we might as well do it again. Bob.
Yeah. Who else can stuff it up like well as we
Yeah,
can?
we can stuff it up pretty well. Well, the next act, the first act, well, the theme of the show really is new blood on the island. That's to say, people who are coming over here for the first time to find somewhere to live and enjoy the tranquility of the place. But before we start, let's see an old inhabitant. We have Chris, a long-standing resident of Scotland Island. He's having a little bit of trouble with mainland technology.
Welcome to ANZ Phone Banking. For account information, press 1. To transfer money between accounts, press 2. To speak to a customer service officer, press 3. Transferring money between accounts. Please enter the account number from which you will be transferring funds. The title of the account you have selected is Woolworths Monoval Trading Account.
Shit, I pressed the wrong number.
Please enter the amount you wish to transfer in dollars and cents.
Customer service number, 3, I think.
The amount you have entered is $300,333.33. If this is correct, press 1.
Ah, why not?
Please wait while your transaction is processed.
The last thing I knocked up with the Mars bar. This put me in a different league, won't it?
The computer has detected an unauthorized transaction. You are now being transferred to Monoval Police Station.
Oh, but I can explain. I didn't take the money or the Mars bar.
Welcome to Monoval Police Station Phone Justice. If you wish your case to be heard by a magistrate, press 1. If you prefer to accept 1 year's detention, press 2. If you would prefer a visit from a policeman with a large baton, press 3. You have elected that your case be heard by a magistrate. Please hold the line. The sentence is 2 years detention and a visit from a policeman with a large baton.
I just wanted to know my account balance.
Thank you for using Monoval Police Phone Justice.
Look, hello, Mum. Look, I'm in a bit of strife.
Welcome to Mrs. Jones' Phone Parenting. For reassurance and self-esteem building, press 1. To blame your father, press 2.
You ever have that kind of a problem, Bob?
No, I haven't got one of those shoe phones.
Oh, haven't you?
No.
Oh, well, you can keep out of trouble then.
I got it wrong last night. I announced the proceeds were going to bloody Bosnia. Tonight they tell me that war finished 10 years ago. What would I do with a mobile phone?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm sure that
Who have we got next?
we've got Toby.
Toby?
Now, Toby's actually been very shy about what he's going to perform tonight. He wouldn't let us see it at the dress rehearsal. So we have absolutely no idea what he's going to do. But it could be something we've seen before, Bob.
Oh, I doubt it.
Oh, well. The question is, Toby or not Toby?
That's the question.
Very droll. Very droll. And you didn't...
Toby, yeah, new faces.
No. Obviously fell asleep last night, Bondi. Look, terrific to be here on a Saturday night crowd. Another sellout. Last night was a sellout. Tonight, a more discerning audience.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And we haven't got that.
They're always, well, it always fills up first on a Saturday, so, you know, they're the ones that are keener to see the show. So, pretty nerve-wracking day today. Ducked up to the Warriewood Medical Centre to pick up my Prozac. What do you call a Kiwi who's on Prozac? Once were warriors. Anyway, who was in there? But we all know Kim Birmingham, the bloke who owns Yamba. Anyway, the doctor's left the door ajar. And I'm very keen to hear what the problem with Kim is. And he said, Doctor, I've got a problem. And the doctor said, well, of course you have, otherwise you wouldn't be here. He said, what is the problem? He said, well, I live on Scotland Island and I've got the biggest lawn on Scotland Island. And when I come home from work every night after making my gazillion dollars a day that I do, he said, I pull up at the wharf and I see this stretch of lawn and I start singing, the green, green grass of home. And the doctor's gone, well, that's fair enough, that's terrific. He said, anything else that happens? He said, well, when I get to the front door, the first thing I see is my cat. And he said, what happens? He said, well, I start singing, what's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. He said, oh, I say, that's fascinating, Kim. He said, anything else that happens? He said, well, when I'm lying in bed at night, I'm dreaming of this beautiful woman lying next to me, and I start singing, why, Delilah? And of course, the Swiss Army knife, the wife, is very, very upset and very pissed off with me about this. Or should I say Stanley knife? Anyway, the doctor's very excited. He said, oh, look, I think I've got it. He said, what is it? And he said, look, I think you've got early symptoms of Tom Jones disease. And he says, Tom Jones disease? I've never heard of that. Is that common? And the doctor's gone, it's not unusual. Celebrities. Isn't it wonderful to have some celebrities around the place too? We've had Bob Hawke spending his first night in the honeymoon. Who could forget that? Getting his legs rubbed. G'day. And there's Blanche rubbing down the suntan oil between his legs. Oh, I love that, Blanche. That's terrific. You know, we had all the 60 Minutes crew out here. We've got John Jarrett, who we've had here. We've got Chips Rafferty and stuff like that. I love politicians, particularly Bob Hawke. He was terrific. But the American politicians, they're the ones that really fascinate me. Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer. George Bush, the bloke that looked like he married his mother. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Ronald Reagan. What a classic Ronnie was. My friends, I've made a whole lot of movies. And if you don't re-elect me, I'm going to make a whole lot more. And who could forget his speech at the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles? He got up there and he goes, oh, 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 oh. Congratulations, Mr. President, you just read the Olympic flag. And then we had George Bush's offside of Dan Quayle. Now, Dan Quayle, he has announced that he wants to get back into the politics and he wants to run for president in the year 2000. I've been sent some of these quotes that Dan Quayle made in the late 80s, early 90s. And these are all true, and this guy wants to lead the most powerful country in the world. I was recently on a tour of Latin America, and the only regret I have was that I didn't study Latin harder in school so I could converse with those people. We're going to have the best educated American people in the world. I love California. I practically grew up in Phoenix. Unbelievable. A lower voter turnout is an indication of fewer people going to the polls. Well done, Dan. When I've been asked during these last weeks who caused the riots and the killing in LA, my answer has been direct and simple. Who is to blame for the riots? The rioters are to blame. Who is to blame for the killings? The killers are to blame. Unbelievable. It isn't pollution that's harming the environment, it's the impurities in our air and water that are doing it. Sensational. And then, of course, we have our own latest celebrity, good old, dear old Rick Elliott. Did you everyone see him? You're here tonight, Rick? He won 64, he probably couldn't afford it. He won 64 grand, he knocked off 64% of his mortgage in one fell swoop. Bloody good luck to him, I reckon. But the other bloke in politics, who was it? Bill Clinton, of course. What a classic. No, I did not inhale. I did not have sex with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky. Yeah, right, Bill. Stick your moniker on that. I wonder how his marriage is going. Fair dinkum. I love the... I'm getting married later on this year, as you may know. There's the fiancée there, down on the front row. Well done, sweetheart, yes. But I was intrigued with a story I heard 2 weeks ago about a married couple driving on the road, and anyway, the husband's going just a little bit too quickly, and the policeman pulls him up and says, "Sir, I'd like to actually book you for speeding, and you're doing 80 kilometres in a 60 kilometre zone." And the guy's going, "Oh, no, I beg to differ there, officer. I reckon I was doing 65, and the wife's going, "Bullshit, Bruce. You were doing 80, and you know it." And so he gives her a filthy look, as you would. He said, "I'd also like to actually book you for not wearing a seatbelt." He said, "Oh, but officer, I took it off as I saw you approaching. I just wanted to get out of the car and converse with you." "Ah, bullshit, Bruce. You never wear bloody seatbelts." Sir, I'd also like to perhaps, defect your car because of the faulty tail light. "What faulty tail light, officer?" "You've known about that faulty tail light the last 3 months. You've never had it fixed." He's, "Christ's sake, will you shut up, woman? Christ's sake, but pull your friggin' head in." "Madam," says the policeman, does your husband often talk to you in this fashion?" "Only when he's drunk." And now, did we all get our rate statements this week? Did we see the Pittwater report there? Speaking of bloody celebrities, there we go, the challenge of living offshore. Sensational, compelling reading, and who's the photograph of? The Gardner family. And where's Matt? She says, it's all about getting your shopping and going to, Woolies and stuff, but yeah, Matt's nowhere to be seen there. Funny about that, yeah. Good yarn about Matt when he had been married to Cheryl for a month, and anyway, first night at Church Point on a Friday night. And, of course, he, came home with a big pair of wobbly boots, as he does. And he walked in the door, and there was a glass vase on a hall stand there, and of course he knocked it over and smashed into 1,000 pieces. He trips up and cuts his bum. He lands clean on top of all this broken glass. And so he goes into the bathroom. They've got the full-length face mirror there, and he drops his duds, has a look and checks out the damage, and he gets out the roll of elastoplast, he covers his bum with elastoplast and goes up and goes to bed. Cheryl, in the morning, comes in and says, "Oh, pretty pissed last night, Matt." He said, No. He said, "There was that bloody dog of yours. I can explain about that vase with that dopey little dog of yours knocked it over." He said, "I'm not talking about the vase." "What are you talking about?" He said, "It's about the bathroom," she says. "What's wrong with the bathroom?" "The mirror's covered with elastoplast, Matt." Thanks, guys. You've been great. I know you're going to really enjoy this. This is a great show tonight. Thanks a lot. Shit! Bloody car park! Lenny! Wait! I'm coming, Lenny! Oh, please, can you come back, Lenny? Oh, thanks, mate! Oh, God, you're a good guy!
Oh, well, Bob, now we know where we're at, don't we?
We sure do, mate.
Well,
You're not at Peter Mace's party, I'll tell you that.
are you sure? Oh, thought I was. Oh, now, we've seen Toby. I'm sure you'll appreciate that. We now have the theme of the programme is about to start. This is to say, we're going to see the evolution, for want of a better word, of somebody who would like to come and live on Scotland Island. And the first part is when they arrive looking for somewhere to live. So we will introduce you now to Wendy and Martin, who are looking for somewhere to rent.
Oh, hello. We were just looking in the window and we were wondering, do you have a house to rent on Pittwater?
Oh, really? Well, newlyweds, are we?
That's right, married in January.
How lovely. Two newlyweds looking for a place of their own on an island retreat. So romantic, eh, Colleen?
Oh, yes, Robert.
So, is there anything you might be able to show us, or...?
Oh, it's not as easy as that, you know.
No.
No, you know, because of all these new couples coming to the island, disrupting the community, sinking their boats, taking 2 parking spaces. Well, I'm afraid Pittwater Council's changed the rules a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got to qualify if you want to live here.
What?
You've got to show that you've got what it takes to live on the island. You've got to pass a test.
A test?
Yeah. Colleen will just ask you some questions.
Okay. First question. Have you ever operated a boat?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever carried 9 bags of shopping, a load of firewood, 3 months' worth of recycling, 2 small children, and operated a boat?
No.
Have you ever tied your boat to a jetty? Yes. Have you ever stood in the middle of the night in gale force winds, drenched to the skin, shouldered your way through 3 rows of boats, thrown an anchor in, leapt 8 feet on a greasy ladder, and tied your boat to a jetty? No. Have you ever been booked by a parking officer?
Well, yes.
Have you ever come home late at night, tried to park in your usual spot and found out some other bugger has finished it? Parked nearby and spent 20 minutes getting home and then found out the next morning that you'd been booked?
No.
Have you ever wanted to kill someone? If you were enjoying a day out on the water and the waterways officer booked you for not having a registered vessel, gave you a notice for not having hull ID plates, summoned you for not having capacity plates, harassed you for not having rego numbers 150 millimetres high, bet you for not having nav lights, and took your firstborn for not carrying a bailing bucket, would you consider killing him? Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever had an affair outside your marriage?
No, absolutely not.
Have you ever had most of the neighbours make suggestive and lurid remarks to you? Have you ever had the local builder grope you on the dance floor? Have your neighbours been talking amongst each other about your shortcomings as a lover?
No.
Do you like Italian food? Yes, we love it.
Yeah.
Would you like it if there was only one local business supplying food and grog? And if that business had total disregard for the community? And if that business played tedious music at crass weddings until 2 a.m. in the morning? Highness refused to give you a plastic fork if you didn't buy your takeaway from their shop?
Oh, well, no, we wouldn't like that at all, would we, Wendy?
Well, now it's time for the practical part of the test. Wendy, Robert here is going to take you out, and he's going to set you adrift in a boat dangerously close to the rocks. But don't worry. The outboard is set to go off with only 300 good strong pulls of the rope. You'll be fine. Good luck
No,
now.
really
After
rather...
you, my dear.
She's in safe hands.
No, I just...
I'll
Look
speak
after
to you later.
All right, Robert. No, I've got something special. Now, I think we'll start you off with, you would like to take the... One here. And this one, I think we can... Very good. Nice and balanced, that's good. Now, I think what we'll do now is, we might just, simulate a bit of weather.
What?
There's a torrential rain.
What's going on?
And of course, baby, we need some snow.
What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the other thing that I've noticed lately, the miners are terrible.
Are you wanting to rent a house?
Well, AGM Woody Point meeting. Somebody's bound to take a swing at you. Well, Martin, congratulations, you've passed the test. Now, what sort of house were you looking for?
2 bedrooms in a sunny position, thanks.
That's a bit worry, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, we all did that once, didn't we?
Yeah, bloody hell.
Which bit? Well, now, what have we got next? I think,
Zero tolerance breakfast.
that's what it's called, and I think that takes a little bit of setting up.
Yeah.
You better tell us a bit of one of your jokes there.
Yeah, I'll tell you this joke about the plane, the people travelling on the big jumbo. You know, the toilets, how it's a vacuum thingo with,
Yes?
you know, and when you press the button, it goes like that, you know. You've got to be very careful that you're standing up before you do that, otherwise if you're still on the seat, you're in big trouble. This trip that Stacky and I were on, this lady went up there, you see, to use the toilet, and she'd been there a while, and her husband thought, I wonder if she's in trouble, they'll go up and see what's wrong. And he goes up, he said, you all right in there? She says, no, I'm not all right. He said, what's the problem? She said, I pressed that bloody button before I got up. She said, I'm sucked into the bloody thing right up there. And he said, what can I do? She said, make an announcement. See if there's a plumber on the plane. So he comes back. He said, there's a plumber coming. He said, he'll only be a month. She said, this is terribly embarrassing. She said, hand me in your hat. He said, what do you want me hat for? She said, I'm going to put it over. He said, I don't want him to see, you know, what I've got down here. Anyway, the plumber goes in and he comes out a couple of minutes later and the husband says, well, what's the verdict? He said, it's a bit tricky. He said, well, can you do something? He said, I think I can get the lady off. He said, but the gentleman's too far down.
Oh, well, boy. Is the zero tolerance breakfast ready? Oh yes, they're ready. Well, we've all heard about a lot about zero tolerance on the news and on television, and I haven't a clue what it means, Bob. Do you?
No, I don't eat
Well,
breakfast.
we better find out.
Have you finished with that? Oh! Hey, what? You want to buy some
give you a really good deal.
You okay?
Yeah.
You got a habit, haven't you?
No. Whatever. It's not a habit.
You're trying to sell honey to support a habit.
It's not a habit. I can stop whenever I like.
What have you had today?
Just some cornflakes and a minty from Quick Copy.
And?
And some puff wheat and some rice bubbles and some cocoa pops and a little bit, some muesli.
How much?
About 4 kilos.
Mate, face it. You're a breakfast food addict.
No, I'm not an addict. I can stop whenever I like. Look, I don't know. One minute I was just doing some recreational rice bubbles, and next thing I know it's a $200 a day habit.
Have you tried any tricks?
Yeah, I was on prescription muesli bars for a while. then the government cut that out, and then they cancelled the spoon exchange program because of some dumb article in the Daily Telegraph. Some bloke was eating bloody
Ackerman,
muesli.
isn't it?
That Piers Ackerman would have written it. There's a photo of this bloke eating muesli with a government-issued spoon. The bloke was 45 years old.
So now you're trying to sell honey to support your habit.
And I've been doing break and enter for Cocoa Pops too.
No. Oh, mate, look, you've got to be careful. Oh, jeez, look, it's this new zero tolerance program. I tell you, it's 1 week fix and it's off to the sanitarium. Honestly, it's cracked down, you know, it's lethal. You know, only last week there was a bit of gang warfare with the Crunchy Nut Gang and the All Brand Gang.
Who won?
Well, you know, the All Brands shat all over them. Look, I've never told you this before, mate, but I've been down this road before. Yep, I used to do cereal raves. Really? Yep. You know, one time I went on a 3-day Pop-Tart bender. I was lucky. My best mate.
What happened?
Believe me, it changes everything when you lose your best friend to a Pop-Tart.
Yeah. What can I do?
Well, there is this new Detox program.
Detox?
You won't like it.
What is it?
Well, you have to spend a whole weekend with the family from the Sultana brand commercial.
I'd end up a Fruit Loop.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work, they send the Iron Men around to your house to give you the once-over with the Special K treatment.
I saw what that did to my Uncle Toby.
Yeah. I tell you, it's like a morphine milkshake, only crunchy.
What can I do?
Well,
Look, I'll give it a try, okay?
I think you should. Yeah, look good on you, mate. Look,
You know.
a bit peckish myself.
Yeah.
What do you reckon we go out for a bite to eat?
I hear they got a really good breakfast menu at McDonald's.
You going? No, I'll see us. Okay, let's go.
How are you, Bob? Well.
How do you feel about that?
I've got a bit of... Put something over this egg before we feed it.
I don't know about you, but I'm a porridge and prunes man myself.
Yeah, I'm a rolled oats man.
Well, now I think we've got to take that scenery. Don't have another joke for us, by any
Hang
chance?
on, mate. I'll just look up see what they're giving me here. How come we get the corny old jokes and Toby got all the good ones?
Well, he was listening to us last night, I think.
Yeah, he got ours.
Might be nearly ready by now.
By the time I find this joke, it will...
Oh, not quite.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, did you go to the Easter show? I went out to the Easter show, Bondi.
I never did, no.
Yeah.
I've never been in my life. Actually.
Yeah. And the interesting bit was the dog section. A lot of competition there. People take it very, very seriously. I had no idea. In the fancy dogs, this lady, very, very, very distressed because they told her to take her dog away. It wasn't fit to be shown. And she said to the judge, "What's wrong with me dog?" He said, "This is a short-haired breed." He said, "Look, it's a disgrace." She said, "What can I do?" He said, "Well, go to the chemist and get some hair remover." He said, "Come back." So she goes into the chemist and she says, quick, she said, "I want some hair remover." And he said, "Oh, here's a jar of it." He said, "That's $2. He said, "Now, when you use it," he said, "keep your arms up for half an hour." And she said, no, she said, "I don't want to put it under my arms." He said, "Well, where do you want to use it?" She said, "Well, I want to take some hair off my chihuahua." He said, "Well, in that case, I would give up bike riding."
Oh,
Ready?
well, hang on. Well, we've seen the first stages of coming to live on Scotland Island. And on Scotland Island, we do have a lovely lady called Colleen de Winton, who has written her own song. It's a Colleen original, and her song is called My Plan.
Sometimes I want to escape this world of sensory overload. Can't handle responsibility, too much choice and possibility. How much do I lose to find my feet? Maiden is my mind's defeat. I want to dive into the ocean, find that still moment of the sea. My dream is to escape this constant chatter on dry land, move like a grain in the shifting sand. Let me collapse, just let me be. As far as I can see, I'm planning to be totally free. Do you have to bring fear to my door? I'm scared. It's not something that I want to explore. You haven't known me all that long. If I pretend indifferent, the intensity won't be so strong. Let me collapse, just let me be. As far as I can see, I'm planning to be totally free. I want to be free. I want to be free to be the person that I am, without fear. To listen and to hear. Let me Don't be surprised if I run the other way. Maybe today is my runaway day. Let me collapse, just let me be. As far as I can see, you know I'm planning to be totally free. Oh, let me collapse, just let me be. As far as I can see, planning to be totally free. You know I wanna be free, free, all I can be. I wanna be, I'm gonna be, I am free.
Should have gone to Peter Macy's, man.
Well, that was Colleen de Winter. Very good. Excellent. Big hand for Colleen.
I'll tell you my Kiwi joke.
Go on, tell us the TV joke.
This young bloke comes into the shop, you see. A young bloke comes running into the shop, and the shopkeeper says, "Yes, what can I do for you?" He said, "I want some fish and chops." Well, there you go. Wraps them up and gives them to me. He said, "You're a Kiwi, aren't you?" He said, "Yeah, how'd you tell?" He said, "By your accent, you know, the way you talk." The young bloke said, "Oh, bugger this." He said, "I'm going to go to night school. I'll learn to speak like the locals." So a couple of months later, he's back in the shop. He said, "Hey, do you remember me?" And the bloke said, "Yeah." He said, "What do you want?" He said, "I want some fish and I want some chips." The bloke said, "I can't help you." What? He said, "Why not?" He said, "This is a hardware house now."
Oh, good one, Bob. Any Kiwis in the audience?
And do you know that the police in Mona Vale, they reported this afternoon, a whole truckload of Viagra was stolen? They're hot on the trail of a gang of hardened criminals.
Good. Well, I hope the next part of the show's better. Well, the theme, as you know, is the new couple coming to Scotland, and it appears that they have now passed their test. And actually, they're in their new home at last, enjoying their first evening of peace and tranquility on Scotland Island.
I suppose we get used to it, won't we? Oh. Oh, I tell you what though, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it, we're finally here. And we've finally had our own place on Scotland Island, mate. Beautiful.
Look at the view. It's a beautiful afternoon. You can see the last rays of sunshine shimmering on the water. The horizon is aglow with different colours. The birds are tweetering in the trees. It's so peaceful.
Yeah, no traffic, no crowds, no flight paths over our heads.
And all this to ourselves.
Beautiful. So, shall I crack that bottle of wine and we'll watch the sun go down, just the two of us, eh?
Yes, enjoy the sun tranquilly.
booze. Ooh. Anyway, I'll get up.
Yeah, going for a glass.
What's that smell? Is that...
Septic. They did warn us it would be bad some mornings and most evenings and most nights, but Jesus.
It's terrible. Oh, it sounds like a party's starting up. That's all we need, eh?
Well, they can't party every night. We may not have our fun tonight, but at least that's we could make as much noise as we like.
No promise.
G'day! I'm Ned Nelson, your next door neighbour, and this is the wife Nell.
How do you do? I'm Randy and this is Mark.
Lovely. Have a drink, Martin.
No, actually, we're very busy tonight.
Have a drink, I insist. I won't take no for an answer, mate.
Are you having a party next door? Oh.
No, that's the neighbours on the other side. No, we're on this side, yeah. Don't worry.
We thought we'd just come and welcome you, didn't we, Nick?
Funny thing is, all our neighbours never seem to stay very long.
they don't.
So we thought this time we'd be really welcoming.
That's very nice of you, but we're a bit tired.
Oh, that's all right. Me and Nell, we won't stay long.
No.
We always get to bed real early. We'll be in bed by 11:30. No worries.
So what brings you to Scotland Island, eh?
Oh, well, you know, privacy and peace and quiet.
You won't get that here.
Surely they can't play 24 hours.
The parties, they're the least of your worries. Parties?
Parties?
Look, hey, see that house down there on the waterfront?
Yeah, that one.
Real big one?
Yeah, well, the one the 4 foot down there on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This big Western decent suburbs tycoons just bought that.
Yeah, they did.
And he reckons it's that far too far to the left.
Yeah.
So he's getting it torn apart, brick by brick, plank by plank, nail by nail. He's going to move it.
Yeah.
It's going to be saws and jackhammers and all those. It's going. Yeah. They'll be going for the next 8 or 9 months.
What was that?
Oh, the possum. I forgot to warn you about possum.
Hey, a possum.
Don't worry about it.
Possums are only this big.
Hang on, mate, listen. So the story goes, but there is this story about a possum on the island, 6 foot tall. And every time you go up on the reef to find him, there's only his little 2 foot high mate. Do I believe it? Well, I don't know, but I have seen possum poo as big as a cow shit. No, but the neighbours like cows, you never know what to expect.
Are there any other noises we need to know about?
Oh, no, well, there's the building noises, you know, because they filmed that show here on the island, you know. You know, that one that's on the telly. Anyway, they filmed that, and there's lots of building noises. There's the kindy on kindy days, and there's the, the dogs and the cockatoos. There's not much to worry about. There's the drumming from the hippie household up the road. Yeah, the drumming.
What's the drumming?
Drumming?
Yeah, it's very popular on the island, isn't it, now? We've had a go, haven't we? We've had a go as well.
Oh, I don't like drumming.
Yeah, true.
Look, I think I'm getting a headache.
Oh, and there's the fire brigade training on Sundays, isn't there, Nick? Yeah, they yell and yell and they do fire. Oh, it makes a lot of noise. Sirens going. There's the police. Oh, sorry, love. Police sirens going.
When their coffees are going cold at Mitchell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah? Man, don't drink the water! Oh, look, I forgot to warn you, mate. The tank needs a bit of attention.
Yeah.
I checked it out earlier.
Yeah.
Do we need a bit of chlorine in it? Or
No, you've got to take the possums out. Yeah, check it out, yeah.
It's brown.
Yeah. Apart from that, the island's a very safe...
Pretty safe place, isn't it?
Yeah. But there is a bit of a health scare on at the moment, you know.
There is. Really?
Yeah. Well, apparently
nothing to worry about.
the Amelia Cay ferry has been blamed for the very high incidence of hemorrhoids on the island. It's really cold.
Oh,
stimulation.
Yeah. Stress of all the kitties
Gets you in
screaming,
the
you
body.
know. It makes people very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It is,
very uncomfortable.
How bad can it really be?
How bad can it be? I'll tell you.
Well,
They've dubbed it the tennis ball
yeah,
syndrome.
they have.
Yeah, tennis walk, haven't
Yeah,
they?
no, never know, you know. Yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate, you know, go himself.
Yeah, sure he did.
Cleared up now, isn't it, Nick? Cleared
Oh,
up,
it's pretty
isn't
good
it,
now,
love?
yeah. Got some cream and
Yeah,
stuff to
yeah,
rub on.
but apart from that, it's really a pretty safe place to be, isn't it? Yeah.
Very safe place, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you do for a crust, Martin?
Oh, you know, whatever comes along really, Ned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm looking for a bit of work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you to work with that hard and the bloke yours up and down.
Yeah, I heard about that,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's always looking for work.
Yeah.
Workers.
Yeah, well maybe, but you know. Well, you see, $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too, yeah. Well, the thing is, you see, I've got this interview tomorrow for the DSS. They kindly pay the rent in the meantime. Yeah, do you know, these days, right, you've got to pass a test to get the dole.
I've heard it's pretty hard too, you know.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty early tomorrow, so I've got to get started.
Oh, maybe you should brush up, love.
Yeah,
no.
sure, it's tough.
Oh, well,
No.
we could have a game of Scrabble, couldn't we, Ned?
We could.
Yeah, we could.
No,
Yeah,
Or we
yeah.
could do a crossword.
No,
Yeah,
look,
look,
mate,
they might ask you some Shakespeare, mightn't they?
no, it'll be
they
dead
might-
easy,
you never-
honestly.
you never know, they might ask you
We've got
some
Hamlet on video.
Shakespeare, Hamlet, what are you talking
That's
about?
not Hamlet, that's Braveheart. But you can borrow it anyway, mate. You never know what they might ask.
Yeah, because they might.
The test's tough.
Yeah.
It'll be dead easy,
Look,
honestly.
No.
I
Never
before
easy,
E,
mate,
except
never
after
easy.
C.
Yeah,
Will you
yeah.
shut up?
Yeah.
All right, Martin. I was only trying to help.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, it's just been a bit much, you know, all these, like, dogs and, I don't know.
And what do you do? When did you work?
Well, actually, I just called about Naden and Annie Daly for a shop assistant, and I've got an interview on Monday.
Shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, what sort of a shop?
New Age.
New age, yeah.
Oh, where they sell those tapes and whale noises and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, lots
You
of
ought to
other
make
things.
friends with the hippies out the road, you know. They've got a lot of that sort of
Hey,
stuff.
hey,
They'd
hey,
probably
what-
be very helpful,
Hey,
couldn't they, Ned?
yeah,
Probably be very
hey,
helpful.
hey, what do you think? What do you think one whale would say to another whale?
Oh, this is a good one.
Ned.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's cold down there. and the other whale would say, that's because it's so wet, you dickhead. Or maybe something like, did you just swallow a skin diver or
Yeah,
you
you
just pleased
just
to see me?
So, who owns that building site down there then?
Oh, that'd be Chris, wouldn't it?
Oh, Chris,
he's
mate.
a strange one, he is.
He's a
Oh,
weird. He's
yeah.
a strange one. He's a total geek. He's got
Yeah,
glasses that thick.
Yeah.
He's always on the telephone.
Yeah, or his computer.
Except when he's on the computer.
yeah.
Or when he can't get on the phone and his computer's on the phone.
Computer's on the phone then.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I tell you what though,
Yeah.
he just got done.
He
He just
did,
got
at
done
Woolies.
for knocking off $333,000. $33,000.
Yeah.
That's all I ever told him. It was a marathon. No, geez, I tell you what I could do with a $333,000.33.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Thunderoid.
Have you got the buckets?
Oh, that'll be a blackout.
There'll be a blackout in a
Oh,
minute.
for sure.
You had any problems like that lately, boss?
No. First 10 years it's hard here.
Get used to it after a while, don't
Yeah,
you?
the first 10 winters sorts them all out. After that you're numb all over.
Mind you, car park's a bit of a worry.
I've given up on the car park.
Well, I think Val Morgan has a lot to answer for
Yeah.
Val Morgan, sorry. to answer for with that car park ad. Did you know? You ought to be shot, that bloke.
Yeah, well, I gave it away after my car got pinched. I thought that I get on the blue Mercedes now, that does me. If pensioners pass for $1, you can go from here to Buggery and back.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, that Church Point's getting too bad, bit bad lately too, isn't it? Mind you, look, what do they say about it? One to...
Can I ask a question here?
This is not a Q&A
Right.
you know.
Oh, okay, fair enough. How many people have had a car stolen in this joint? Hands up.
How many?
Only broken into.
I was only going to say, Andrew, that Church Point is known as 1 tequila, 2 tequila, tequila, 3 tequila, tequila, floor. And now we have an act called Park Rage about the car park.
Oh, thank God, the last spot in the car park. Oh.
You beauty. A bit of fun with this. That's what I read. Oh, wait a second.
Terrific! Right, I'll get a pack and I'll have time for a day before the ferry leaves.
Here's another one. I read, don't? I read. Beautiful.
Larry, you got a car spot.
Yes, I come the other way.
Spot, mate.
It's your spot. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Guess one day I'll own a car.
Oh, it's on the island. I think it's time for another joke, Bob.
Another joke? Just a minute, mate. I got a whole book of them here. I just looked it up. Oh, I mentioned the show earlier. Dave came down. He said to Dad, I'm going to the Easter show, Dad. So Dad said, listen, Dave, you watch yourself down there. Don't get into trouble with any of those city slickers. And he said, what are you going to do down there? He said, I want to buy a car, Dad. He said, how much money have you got? He said, I've taken $500 with me. Anyway, he goes out to the showground. He's asked a couple of people, you know, what I can get for $500. And the car salesman there in Parramatta Road, he said, well, he said, do you pay him by card or cheque or what? He said, no, I got the cash. He said, oh, well, he said, I can give you 5% off. Dave scratches his head, he can't work this. He goes to another car yard, you know. He said, I got $500 on it. He said, is it a card or a cheque? Or no, he said, I got the car. Oh, he said, I'll pay you 7.5%. Actually, and in the end, Dave's all confused. So he goes across to the Sheep Shit Hotel there, you know, goes there to Flemington. He goes across there and he says to the barmaid, he said, you got to help me, love. She said, any time. He said, if I give you $500 cash, how much will you take off? She said, for $500 cash, I'll take off everything but the earrings.
Well, carry on with the theme of the show. Our good friends Wendy and Martin have now settled in, but of course they need some work. As he said at the beginning, he was looking for work, and Martin has failed miserably to find anything, so he's having to go and try and get some dough. So he goes up to Centrelink for assistance and meets with the formidable lady Lydia Legover.
Afternoon, Lydia.
Welcome back to Centrelink, Martin. You do know why you've been sent to this section, don't you?
Yes.
You sat for a literacy test, didn't you, Martin?
Yes.
You didn't do very well, did you, Martin?
No.
I have your answers here, Martin. Question 3. Which clan did William Wallace belong to? Oh, come on, Martin. Everyone's seen Braveheart. And your spelling here in question, 8? Oh, I before E except after C. Didn't your mother tell you? But I do have some good news for you, Martin. You don't qualify for financial assistance anymore, but you do qualify for our special interest program.
Oh, right.
It's been very successful. Only last week we sent out a dozen unemployed people on a bushwalking tour. Because of that, we reduced unemployment by 10.
Wow.
Well, only 2 of them made it back. Now, do you have any special interests?
Well, you know.
Like bushwalking, maybe?
Ah, no.
Free-fall bungee jumping?
No, definitely not.
Oh, touring the condemned chalets of Threadbow?
No.
Oh, water testing at Warragamba Dam?
No.
What else have we got? Oh no, we do have an alternative. You could sign up for the new Work for the Dole program. It's in conjunction with the Olympics.
Oh, right. A new job at the stadium.
Oh,
Excellent.
Not necessarily, Martin.
No.
The Olympic Committee has done a study on all services that will be in demand in 2000. We'll be putting unemployed in the area with the greatest shortage.
And what's that?
Escort services.
What?
Oh, escort services. You'll be given full training.
Escort services.
Oh, and a uniform.
Hold on. Are you telling me if I have to keep the doll, I've got to whore for the government?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It's all been privatised. I'd be your pimp. Where is your team spirit? I mean, just imagine, as Capobianco is standing on the podium underneath the Australian flag, you'll be standing on Oxford Street underneath a red light. The programme is called Whore 2000. You'll be rooting for Australia, Martin. You'll get a green sport jacket with official Olympic mole on the lapel.
Oh, you've got to be joking.
Well, you think about it, Martin. I'll put you in for a training session next week. Wear comfortable clothes and bring a pen and paper.
Oh, hold on.
No, it's all right. It'll be next week, okay? On Tuesday.
Oh, no. What am I going to tell Wendy?
I seem to have lots of water and shaving cream on this.
Yeah, broken eggs.
Broken eggs.
What a waste.
What a waste.
Matt could have had for his breakfast.
Well, it's nice to see that our new couple on the island are settling in nicely. They're going the normal pattern, aren't they, Bob?
I think so.
Now, I don't know about what it says on your piece of paper, but mine says there's a big gap here where there's a theme change.
Yeah, well, I've got a limerick here. How about that?
Oh, that sounds good to me.
On the chest of a barmaid in Yale were tattooed the prices of ale. And on her behind, for the sake of the blind, was the same information in braille.
I know a slightly different second line to that, actually.
It's not rude, is it?
Oh, of course not.
It's a family show. I've got another one here. There was a young man named Adair who made love to his girl on the stairs. On the 99th stroke, the banister broke, so he finished her off in mid-air.
This is a family show, Bob, you know that.
Yeah, it's all in the mind. You heard about that, didn't you? The bloke with one of these sex appeal lowered.
What?
The guy went to the doctor and said, I want you to lower my sex appeal. And he said, oh, come on. He said, it's all in the mind. He said, I know, I want it lowered a bit. Irishmen, a couple of Irishmen. Irishman having a drink in the bar and he goes to the toilet. He doesn't want anybody to touch his beer, so he writes a little sign. I spat in this. Off he goes to the toilet. When he comes back, there's another little sign that says, so did I. Irishman comes home very late one night. He's too drunk to go inside. He decides to sleep it off in his car. So he's sound asleep there before daybreak. Bang, bang, bang on the roof. He wakes up, winds the window down. There's a bloke in joggers and singlet and shorts. He says, what do you want? He said, what's the time? He looks at his watch. He says, it's 5 a.m. He said, thank you. Well, jogs off, you see. The bloke winds the window up, puts the head back down, sound asleep again. Bang, bang, bang. Looks out, another jogger there. Winds the window down. What do you want? He said, what's the time? He said, it's 5:30. He said, thanks very much. He goes, winds the window up again, goes off to sleep. Anyway, he's fed up with this. He gets a piece of paper out of the glove box and he writes on it, I haven't got a watch and I don't know the time. He sticks it under his windscreen wiper, goes off to sleep. Next thing, bang, bang, bang. Winds the window, bloke says, it's 7:30. Very good, Bob. I think they might be nearly ready now. They might be nearly ready. Are you ready? Right, well, hang on. Now, part of island life is the Wednesday night sail with the Woody Point Yacht Club, and there is one particular boat, usually skippered by a piratical-looking character, and he's noted for having a lot of young ladies with glasses in their hand on his boat.
Oh, gee, Kaz, don't you just love sailing? You know, they reckon that the salty sea spray's really good for your skin. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, no, true. Yeah, no, I read it in Cleo. Yeah, you know, they reckon that the salty sea spray exfoliates the radiated amoebae, fruity fatty acids and causes a chemical peel that emulates something. Really? Yeah. I think that's a load of shit, Chad. Who does that? I read it in Cleo, I told you. Anyway, Cleo also reckons, and this is true, that the sea spray can make your nipples go green. Yeah? Yeah. No. Yeah. True. And I reckon that guys would really go for that, don't you? No way. I reckon guys would reckon you're cheap and easy if you had coloured nipples. Look what happened to Shiver. Yeah, Bobo dropped out, but he thought her nipples were tinted. Bastard. Ready, man? Oh, going out with now? Who? I'll give you one guess. Oh, no! No! And there's even more. Listen.
Do you recognise any of that, Bob?
No. I tell you what, you don't have your glasses on down here.
I took mine off. Well, we now have a little... Is this an interlude? What? That's it. Wait on. Okay. Just checking.
No jokes.
I'm sorry, Bob. No, you're out of...
Not even a short joke.
Oh, go on then.
I think these two Irish prisoners have been sentenced to 10 years jail. They've been led away to the cells. And Patrick says to Michael, he said, Patrick, he said, how are we going to keep in touch with one another? He said, Michael, he said, I read it all in a book. He said, we can tap out our messages on the water pipes. He said, okay, Michael, that's a good idea. And so it was. And 3 months later, they got moved to separate cells.
Well, we now have a little scene where Cole and Dave on the island. Chris and Dave
And Rick.
and Rick are waiting for Ivan.
And Uncle Tom Copley.
And they planned to go to the movies. They had planned to go to the movies on the mainland, but now they've missed the ferry because Ivan is very late. And the reason with Ivan's late, this is not the usual island one where he's trying to keep his marriage together, but of actually getting his marriage together.
A crisis, insoluble problem, major crisis. Both stepmothers want their names on the wedding invitation. Catherine adores her stepmother, who more or less brought her up. She wants her name on the invitation. She wants it. And her stepmother is not anticipating, which is understandable since the mother is dead, not appearing next to Catherine's father. Whereas my stepmother, whom I detest, is out of the question her name should appear on the invitation. But my father would have his name on it, if hers isn't, unless Catherine's stepmother is taken off, which is completely unacceptable. I suggested that none of the parents' names should be on it. After all, we're not adolescents. We can announce our wedding and invite people ourselves. So Catherine screamed her head off, arguing that would be a slap in the face for her parents, who were paying through the nose for reception, and particularly for her stepmother, who got into so much trouble when she isn't even her daughter, and I finally let myself be persuaded, totally against my better judgment, because she wore me down. I finally agreed that my stepmother, whom I detest, who's a complete bitch, should have her name on the invitation. So I telephoned my mother to order. I said, Mother, I've done everything I can to avoid this, but we have absolutely no choice. Yvonne's name has to be on the invitation. She said, if Yvonne's name's on the invitation, take mine off it. I said, Mother, please, I beg you, don't make things even more difficult. She said, how dare you suggest my name is left to float around the card on his own, as if I was some abandoned woman below Yvonne, who he clapped to your father's surname like a limpet. I said, Mother, I have friends waiting for me. I'm going to hang up and we'll discuss this tomorrow after a good night's sleep. She said, why is it I'm always an afterthought? I said, what are you talking about, Mother? You're not always an afterthought. She said, of course I am. And when you say, don't make things even more difficult, what you really mean is everything's already been organised. Everything's been sorted out without me. Everything's been cooked up behind my back. Good old Huguette, she'll agree to anything. And all this, she said, right, to put the old tin lid on it. In aid of an event, the importance of which I'm having some trouble in grasping. Mother, I have friends waiting for me. That's right, anything's more important than I am. Goodbye, and she hung up. Catherine, who was sitting next to me but hadn't heard her side of the conversation, said, what did she say? I said she doesn't want her name on the invitation with him on, which is understandable. She said, I'm not talking about that. What's it she said about the wedding? Nothing. You're lying. I'm not Kathy. I promise. She just doesn't want her name on the invitation with him on. Now call her back and tell her when your son gets married, you rise above your vanity. I said you can say the same thing about your stepmother. Now call her back. So I call her back. By now I'm in shreds. Ivan, my mother says, up to now you've conducted your affairs in the most chaotic way imaginable. And just because out of the blue you've decided to embark upon matrimony, I find myself obliged Give me that! I find myself obliged to spend all afternoon and evening with your father, a man I haven't seen for 17 years, and to whom I was not having to reveal my hip size and my puffy cheeks, not to mention Yvonne, who, incidentally, according to Felix Polaro's now taken up bridge, my mother also plays bridge. I can see that none of this can be helped, but on the one item, the invitation, the one thing that everyone's going to receive, see and examine, I insist on making a solo appearance. Catherine, listening on the extension, shakes her head and screws her face up in disgust. I say, Mother, why are you so selfish? She said, I'm not selfish, Ivan. I'm not the selfish one. You're not going to start as well. You're not going to be like Manda Romero this morning and say that everyone in the family has a heart of stone. She said that everyone in the family has a heart of stone when I refuse to raise her wages. She's gone completely mad by the way to 60 francs an hour tax-free. She had the gall to say that everyone in the family has a heart of stone, which she knows very well about poor Andre's pacemaker. You haven't even bothered to drop him a line. You've got a lot to learn about life, my boy. Go on, go on, go and see your precious friends.
It's very good. I don't know if you realise that, Bob. That, incidentally, was an excerpt from the show that's running in Sydney at the moment called I. However, continuing with the theme of our show, and I might say at this stage that after this little bit, there will be a 15-minute interval, if we're lucky. 15-minute interval. 15! Might run to 20. 15-minute interval. But we now see a happily settled-in couple to end the first act. Are they there?
Hurry up. Hey, you going to take a cushion with you?
Cushion? What for?
You know, that tennis ball syndrome.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm not going to take a cushion with me everywhere I go, am I? I'm not going to get fired.
Joey! Joey! Bloody come back! Please wait! Joey!
We've got on the bed, haven't we?
TNT Heel Real Estate. Are you looking to rent or buy? Expect the unexpected at TNT Heel Real Estate. The only real estate agent on Pittwater to offer a buyback guarantee should your property become infested with wild warthogs or ferocious sloth bears. Specializing in offshore developments for fat bastards with too much money. Let us put you in on Pittwater today. Conditions apply depending on the time of the month and the position of the moon.
Want to find out how long it takes a 16-year-old to get up and walk 100 meters? Then come to Mitchell's Fuel Walk. And ring the bell. And wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. And wait.
Church Point Ferry Service. Where else in the world can the serenity and tranquility of a beautiful waterway be shattered by this sound? Take a ride in the sardine can John West rejected. The only ferry service in the world operated by wildlife. A horse, a duck, and a joey.
While in Pittwater, why not visit the commuter marina for all your boating needs? Help yourself to petrol tanks, bilge pumps, outdoor furniture, and a wide selection of new and used outboard motors. For a small service fee, we can arrange pickup and delivery to your own private vehicle. Bolt cutters available on request. Bail conditions apply.
L. Trajano's Moorings and Cement Shoe Company. Looking for a quick and affordable cement shoe service in Pittwater? Looking for a standover man who is professional and courteous? Look no further than L. Trajano's Moorings and Cement Shoe Company. If you want to send that special someone to the bottom, give Trajano's a call. If you're feeling really wicked, you can even tie your boat to it.
Adult 1900. Hey guys, check out free-spirited Polly frolicking around Pittwater's scenic Scotland Island. Jump on the phone, guys, and you'll discover that Polly wants a little more than just a cracker. Phone 1-900-880-880. Hey, all you island swingers, check out this gleesome threesome. Trudy, Simone and Thomas really getting to know each other. Spend an hour with these three and you'll really find out there's big money in plumbing. So if you want to unblock your drain, call 1-900-880-881. Here's Thomas showing he's a versatile guy of the 90s. Here he is giving his great friend Pete a real tongue lashing. So guys, if you want to increase the circle of your friends, call 1-900-880-882 now.
Scotland Island Builders. As seen on Australia's funniest home renovations. For a simply hysterical building job, you can't go past the Scotland Island Builders. Just listen to this testimonial from a satisfied customer.
Dear Scotland Island Builders, you were great. Now when we ring the front doorbell, the toilet flushes. It's so hard to open the bedroom door. We sleep in the hallway. My husband and I have never laughed so much.
And how about this one? Dear Scotland Island Builders, we came to you with a design by Rick Lethastria. Since you built the home, our family has seen a lot more of each other. Please, come back and put some walls up.
Check out local celebrity Andrew Bain and bottle shop proprietor Joe Romeo negotiating the price on Andrew's weekly order of 14 cases of hard ice. Andrew got the deal he wanted. Service with a smile at Romeo's Church Point Cellars. And of course, when Joe isn't there with his customary, I thank you, young Michael, with his friendly, sunny disposition and unique brand of cheerful good humour, will always be delighted to serve you for all your alcoholic requirements.
Does your wardrobe need a lift? Are you tired of looking just like one of the crowd? Just drop into Interface. Monavale for a totally new look. Something different, exciting, individual, and all at bargain basement prices. Our friendly and intelligent staff will whip you into shape in the most helpful way possible. And if you require fancy dress or a fabulous costume for yet another boring fancy dress party, we have it all. Yes, Here's yet another satisfied customer in the latest addition to our extensive range of hire garments. This is our Adam costume. This versatile costume can also be adapted to suit the Emperor's new clothes. And all at very reasonable prices. For example, the Adam costume is only $35 higher plus $50 deposit on the apples. So whether the occasion is formal, fun, or fantasy, visit In Your Face of Monavale.
Higher! Higher! Lower!
That's it for Val Morgan Advertising. Please don't put your feet on the seats and turn your mobile phones off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while we've got the screen set up, we've got the next act is something rather special. I think you're going to enjoy it. First of all, I've got to make an announcement. This is that this act involves the use of strobe lighting, and the management have asked that anybody that thinks they might be affected by the strobe lighting to take the necessary precautions, and if you feel an epileptic fit coming on and it embarrasses you, well, come up here on the stage and nobody will know the difference. Now, the second thing I want to announce is that we're very happy this afternoon because one of our stalwart supporters of the Island Players is celebrating a birthday. So we want to say happy birthday, Martin Erdman. Okay, over to you, Bondi.
Well, I'm taking the opportunity to show one of my very earliest films. The cast, I have to say, was very good at that time. They include Butts, Paul Smith, Tracy Smith, and a newcomer to the island, John Feld.
And Trilby.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know what it was?
You ready?
Yeah. run through it again?
I can't do it unless I rewind it.
Yeah, Can you just speed it up a bit, please?
Oh, yeah, good.
Something for everyone in this show, Bonnie. I think it's on its last legs, if you ask me.
Green on the operator.
I think we're up to Martin's interview, aren't we, with Lydia Legover. Bondi?
Lydia's got him.
Not for beginners.
He's going to rescue Truby.
Oh, Bondi, it's all the nervous. Too much for him. Well, you just talk quietly amongst yourselves there for a minute.
No, you won't talk quietly for a second. I'm just going to do a quick 5 seconds here. I missed a little story when we met our mate, Mr. Elliot on the TV show, mate, with the lottery. We won $64,000.
I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that. Yeah. Rick, that's it. Thank you very much indeed. Yes. Well, look, I had a mate who he lived for 10 years on the dole, and he didn't have a brass way to his name ever, and he was with one particular Thursday. He had $10 to his name. The next dole check was due on the Friday, and he had $10. He went to the news agency and he said, "What am I going to do?" So he bought a packet of smokes and a lottery ticket. And you guessed it, it was $1 million lottery, and he won the lottery. And this guy, it's a mate of mine, all he wanted to do is his dream in life was to spend a weekend in the presidential suite of the Gold Coast Casino. Rather strange sort of dream, of course, but anyway, he's rung him up and said, "Look, I've just won the lottery. Can I have the presidential suite? No problems at all, sir. Got a vacancy there. No worries." Put $900,000 in the bank, he did, Bob, and he took $100,000 with him to gamble. Bought a new suit, walked downstairs, started playing roulette, and sure enough, he started to win. And more and more and more. After 5 hours, he's won, you guessed it, another $1 million. Incredible. He's gone to the bar. He's never had French champagne before in his life. Who's Shane anyway, yeah. And he said, "Oi, bit of a knock on this bloke. Give us some of that Dom Perignon stuff. Shove it in the glass. Big mobs and quick." So they had this champagne, and anyway, 3 stools up, this beautiful, beautiful Indian girl. "Oi, you just want a glass of champers." "Oh, that would be very nice, thank you very much." So they had the champagne. "Do you just want a feed?" "Oh, that would be very nice, thank you very much." So they go, it's a beautiful slap-up dinner. "Do you just want to go out dancing?" "Oh, that would be very nice." And they go and have a dance at the disco and stuff like that. "Do you just want to come back to the presidential suite?" "Oh, I'd be lucky, that's very much." And they go back to the, and they had this incredible romance, passionate night, amazing sex. And he wakes up in the morning, and he pulls open the blinds, and he starts pinching himself. He says, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." He said, "Look, 5 days ago, I had $10 to my name. Here I am, in the Gold Coast Casino, overlooking the marina, with $2 million in the bank, and one of the most beautiful looking women in the world in my room. What could happen next?" So he goes up to this girl who's got the little red dot on the forehead, and he scratches off the dot, and he wins a new car! Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I've got your hand, honey. You're right. Oh, you got a glass as well. There you go. You're right.
You need a bit of light up here.
Just a minute, Fonzie. Just a minute. Here we go.
Aren't we going to get the front lights? Bit of front light?
Oh,
thank you.
I just wanted, Victoria, there's still time to change your mind, you know. You're only engaged to the guy, you know.
Thank you, Bob.
Right, well, let's get on with the actual show here. This is the new blood on the island, the new people, and at this stage, Martin, now on his second interview, goes back to Centrelink for a following interview and with Lydia Legover.
Time to open the leg. I mean the curtain.
Martin, thank you so much for coming back for this follow-up interview. You're doing so well, you'll be able to start your own very soon.
Oh, Lydia, when you said had to wear a collar. I didn't think you meant this. Why did I have to shave?
You'll see.
Oh, I think something's about to happen.
Well, not yet.
Oh, I don't think I can stop.
Martin will cut it off.
What?
Well, the assistant will cut it off. Let me fill out this form first.
Form?
There you go.
Name. Martin Johnson. Sex. Not if I can avoid it. Oh dear. Oh, tax file number. I can never remember my tax file number in a situation like this. Oh, Lydia! Lydia! Oh!
Martin?
Sorry. Okay. Extension. What's my extension?
Pretty good at the moment.
Please comment on the performance of your Centrelink officer. How do you spell relentless?
I think this is going to be the start of a beautiful working relationship.
Oh, Lydia.
That wasn't Lydia the tattooed lady, was it?
Well, I don't know. I've seen her somewhere before.
Or parts of her, anyway. Lydia, oh Lydia, she's an encyclopedia. Lydia the tattooed lady. On this cheek is the Battle of Waterloo. This one's a shot of the Hesperus too. And on a clear day you can see Alcatraz. Come on, a lot from Lydia.
Very good, Bob. I think you should be in the next spot. Well, we're going to have another song now. This is another song from Colleen. I think it is. Wait a minute. Yes, it is. Colleen de Winton, who has yet produced another song for the island. And it appears, however, that I have got to take a bit of time over this. Is that right? Okay. I won't sit in front of the speaker.
Well, away we go.
Moved to the island, it was really great. I bought a new tinny with something explained. It's a dead possum in your water tank. It's finding a car park 2 seconds too late. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your shopping day. It's a free ferry ride when you've already paid. It's a new hat which gets lost in your way. Who would have thought it's bigger? Commodore Moxie used to love to sail. He packed his ASCII at the point and he checked for his mail. He waited a whole half an hour to cross the start line. And then the bowsprit rammed his hull. He thought, well, isn't this fine? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your shopping day. It's a free ferry ride when you've already paid. It's a new hat which gets lost in your way. Who would have thought it's bigger? Island life has a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think that your clock's okay and your mercury's running right. And island life has a funny way of helping you out when your kids and your dog got ticks and you're covered in mozzie bites. Left your keys on the island when you're already late. It's a no parking sign and the ferry won't wait. It's 50 excuses when all you need is that light. It's meeting the man of your dreams and finding out he's got pubic lice. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. I really think like rain on your shopping day. It's a free ferry ride when you've already paid. It's a new hat which gets lost in your way. Who would have thought it's bigger? And island life has a funny way of sneaking up on you. And island life has a funny way of helping you out. Yeah, island life, it's a funny, funny life. I wouldn't be anywhere else.
That's right. Yeah, backed by popular demand.
Backed by popular.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
goodness, we have a
Yeah, yeah.
right. Well, in that case, Bob, you better up.
Yeah. Well, you described the previous singer. You described the previous singer, Colleen, as the thinking man's Carmel. And tonight, yes, you did, yeah. And tonight, by popular demand, the wonderful, effervescent Carmel Patterson in the
From the subline to the globe line, and you've all got to join in. We've just got to wait for the music to get there. Like everything else, we've got to wait here.
We've always said, Carmel, that it wouldn't be an island show without you.
Well, I thought it would, but I managed to make it, you see. I just slid down here. Slipped right in, but I didn't slap anyone yet.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Sound effects. Memory of Pauline Griffin. The faucet, she is dripping. See? And that back falling down. I go into town. The sister isn't working and my brother doesn't care. The car, she needs a motor, so I can't go anywhere. Manana, manana, manana is good enough for me. My mother's always working very hard. Every time she looks for me, I'm sleeping in the yard. My mother says I'm lazy, and maybe she is right. But I'll sleep tomorrow, but I've got to sleep tonight. Manana, manana, the window, she is broken and the rain is coming in. If someone doesn't fix it, I'll be soaking to the skin. Such a sunny day beneath the window. Where I come from, I ain't had any learning. Still they're happy as can be, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
Right? They haven't had any learning. Still they're gone from A to Z.
Doing what comes naturally.
You don't have to learn how to read or write, not to go in the pale moonlight. You don't have to come from a
Well, we are advised. We're advised by the management.
Speak up!
We are advised by the management that at this stage there's going to be a little bit of changing going on here. Get ready for the next act. So, find it appropriate to give a little monologue. An old English monologue, actually. Some of you may have heard it before. It's about Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom. There's a grand seaside place they call Blackpool. What's noted for fresh air and fun, and Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom went there with Albert, their son. Now Albert's a grand little fella, all dressed in his best, quite a swell, with a stick with an horse's head end, the finest that Woolworths could sell. Well, they didn't think much to the ocean. The waves, they was fiddling and small. No shipwrecks, nobody drowning. In fact, nothing to laugh at all. So, seeking for further amusement, they paid and went into the zoo, where they'd lions and tigers and camels and old ale and sandwiches too. That's great big lion called Wallace, and his nose was all covered in scars, and he lay in a somnolent posture with the side of his head on the bars. Now Albert had heard about lions, how they was ferocious and wild, and to see Wallace lying so peaceful, well, it didn't seem right to the child. So straightway the brave little fella, not showing a morsel of fear, took his stick with the horse's head handle and shoved it in Wallace's ear. Well, you could see that the lion didn't like it. For giving a kind of a roll, he pulled Albert in the cage with him, and he swallowed the little lad whole. Now Pa, who had seen the occurrence and didn't know what to do next, said, "Mother, that lion's just ate Albert." And Mother said, "I am vexed." So they called for the animal keeper. Oh, beg your pardon. All right. It's almost right. Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom, quite rightly, when all's said and done, called the animal keeper and told him, complained to the animal keeper that the lion had eaten their son. Well, the keeper was quite nice about it. He said, "What a dreadful mishap. Are you sure that it's your son he's eaten?" Pa said, "Am I sure? Look, there's his cap." So the manager had to be sent for. And he came and he said, "What's to do?" And Pa said, "Your lions ate our Albert. And him in his Sunday best, too." The manager wanted no trouble. He took out his purse straight away. He said, "How much to settle the matter?" And Pa said, "Well, what do you usually pay?" But Mother had turned kind of nasty when she thought where her Albert had gone. She said, "Somebody's got to be summoned." So that was decided upon. So they went down to the police station in front of a magistrate chap. And they said what had happened to Albert and proved it by showing his cap. Well, the magistrate gave his opinion that no one was really to blame, and he hoped that Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom would have further sons to their name. At that, Mother got proper blazing. "I'll thank you, sir, kindly," said she. "What, spend all my life breeding children just to feed bloody lions?" Not me. We now get on to the next part of the show, which I I can't find it at the moment, but it's there somewhere. Well, you got it, Bob.
New Blood on the Island, Chapter 6. Max, a local trader, is in his trinket shop, the Crystal Mart, and Wendy arrives anxious for the job.
Hello, I'm here about the job.
Oh, come in. Welcome to Max's New Age $2 shop. What's your name?
Wendy Johnson.
Oh, Wendy, you've got an honest-looking face. I might have to give you a try-out. Can you work today?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll go through some of the products with you. If you've got any questions, just stop me, all right? Okay. Right. All incense, $2. Okay? Crystals, $2. Get the picture?
Yes.
All right. Now, the names of them are on the boxes, and the meanings of them are on the chart. Okay? Now, you'll need to get the customer to buy the first one they pick up. All right? If they can't decide, then you might have to do a bit of hard selling.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if they're, if they're lovesick, sell them a pink one. If they're tired, sell them a blue one. If they're timid, sell them a red one. And if they're wearing black, sell them a purple one. Oh. All right. Now, candles. Candles. All right, candles. We've got beeswax candles, we've got fragrant candles, and we've got tall candles, and we've got short candles. Fragrant candles. Wonderful for opening the soul. The rest of them, wonderful for a blackout. Okay. Posters. Posters down here, all right? Posters. Now, we've got, what have we got in the posters there? Now, well, I know. Yep, look at here. We've got forests, we've got furry animals, we've got rainbows, we've got wrinkled up old wise persons, and we've got Marilyn Monroes, and every now and then we get Elvis Presley seems to mysteriously turn up. It's a joke, Wendy. Okay, tapes. There's some tapes back here, all right? Sounds of the forest, whale noises, deep space noises, echoes, noisy whales echoing in deep space. Okay? Motivation tapes we've got, overcome stress, overcome anxiety, overcome noisy whales echoing in deep space. Now, we've got, what else have we got? Oh, we've got better relationships, have better sex, cook better scones, and we've got a great little mail order business working up here, especially with the crystals. Oh, excuse me, it's the phone. Hello, this is Max's New Age $2 shop. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I'd like to order the super deluxe dildo in black, please.
Mind you, we are expanding our business all the time. Just a moment, sir. I'll just go and collect the catalogue for you.
Hi there. Look, it's my first day here, and I thought if I could start with a sale, that'd really impress him. Can I help you with anything?
I guess.
Well, have you decided on what you wanted exactly?
Well, no, not exactly.
What about a colour?
Black, I think.
Obsidian, beautiful.
What?
Now, are you planning to show it off on a windowsill or wear it?
Well, I thought I might just hide it under the bed.
It's nothing to be ashamed ashamed of, you know. I often wear 2 or 3 around my neck. It's pretty confident as I enter a room. And I have an enormous one in the garden that people are always commenting on. And there's one I carry around with me, and whenever I need inspiration, I just hold it in my palm and stroke it.
What is this, a 1-900 number?
No, I don't think so. I use the one around my neck to answer all sorts of questions. You just hold it over your palm and let it swing. If it swings in a circle, the answer to the question is yes. If it swings back and forth, the answer is no. I'm forever pulling it out at parties. You know, that particular one is still missing. I must have taken it off at the deli section at Woolies and left it on the counter. I hope it didn't end up in someone's order. You'd hate that to turn up in breakfast. I tried looking for it. No response. I even put up a photo of myself wearing it. And when I went back to Woolies, I noticed the photo had been taken down. Hello?
Yeah, listen,
Yes?
if you don't mind, I might just place an order and take 2.
Terrific. The one I'm holding now is about cricket ball size.
Oh, that might be a bit big.
Well, you don't want it disappearing down a crack, do you? This one has beautiful warmth. I'm sure you'll feel nothing but comfort. I'll just hand you back to Max.
Oh, thanks.
He'll take 2.
Wonderful!
Well, Bob, they've got to get all that stuff out of the way, so you got some more jokes for us?
No.
No!
I don't think so, mate. Have you?
Well, not really, but you remember that one you told about the Irishman who and the toilet? No. Didn't you? I thought you did. I thought it was last night. Oh, it must have been. I was only going to say that on one occasion I was driving across Ireland, and it was late at night, and I was driving across this peat bog on a dead straight road, and I'm desperate because I just had a few Guinnesses to go to the loo, and there was nowhere to go. There was no trees, nothing. And anyway, I parked the car and I stumbled across. I saw this mound in the middle of the peat bog, and I went up and I went behind it, and I started to have a little whittle, and all of a sudden a voice said, "Excuse me, sir. Would you mind coming inside and pissing out of the window?" I think they might be ready now.
Well, what about that one I told about Dulcie last night?
Oh, go on.
Yeah. I went past Dulcie's place the other day. She was working in the garden, and I hear her screaming out, "Manure! Manure! Manure!" I bumped into Becky, and I said, "Becky, would it be nice if you taught your mother to say fertiliser?" She said, "Give me a go. It's taken us 3 months to make her say manure." I think they're ready now.
Well, we're very sorry that John Jarrett isn't here tonight. Oh, well, in that case, he hasn't rehearsed very well. Because we now have a little sketch called Faster Homes and Gardens With apologies to you, John. Where are you? Where are you, Jojo? Now, Matt and Nettie, with a little help from Colleen, have taken a leaf out of John and Noni's book, if I can say taken a leaf out, all their programmes. Set Faster Homes and Gardens.
John and Noni's Faster Homes and Gardens. It's a special treat tonight, viewers. We're filming the show in front of a live audience. These are all our fans who've written in to say how much they love it. They all bought TV Week and they voted for us in the Yogis, or Logies, whatever they call them. Yeah, and a few, and some free tickets for our sponsors. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay.
Well, tonight, John and I are going to show you around our lovely new home on Scotland Island.
Which we built ourselves. Me and Annie built ourselves brick by brick, plank by plank. We did. I drew the thing myself with coloured pencils. I penciled out the dirt myself. I mixed all the cement in a plastic bucket.
Darling, the first time you saw this house was when we were handed the front door key.
Not true.
Courtesy of...
That's not
Key
true.
Lock. No, thank you very much.
I carried everything up the hill myself. I had planks between me teeth, I had nails in my pockets, spack filler in me jocks.
John, the first time you came into this house, the carpets were down. Thank you very much, Carpet Land. Furniture had been delivered, care of Grace Brothers, and the children were inside watching videos. Thank you very much, Video Easy. You had nothing to do with it,
But I built the planter boxes, and that's what I'm going to show the viewers tonight.
That's true, that's true.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Now,
darling.
viewers, with these planter boxes, you've probably got a perfectly good hand saw at home, but it's very important to have lots of power tools. Power tools are very important. They make a lot of noise and they impress the neighbours. And impress
BBC hardware.
1 of 10. Now, just to make these planter boxes, you're going to have to start off by getting a couple of bits of timber cut to identical lengths. Now, I cut these earlier. What you do is you get the bits of timber, those two bits to identical lengths, and another couple of bits also cut to identical lengths. Now, look, I played them earlier before the show. No, stop it, will you? Now, you put the bits of timber together just like that, right? The same length. And you get some nails, and it's got the head on the wrong end. That one's right. Now, you put... Oh, there's my hammer. Now, I always say, to a small boy with a hammer, anything looks like a nail. But to a man with a nail to drive, anything looks like a hammer. You get a hammer. You whack it. Bob's your sister. Now, isn't that a beautiful thing?
Well, it's not bad, darling.
Now look, as I said, I knocked this one up earlier, but I've got another one that I completely knocked up earlier. Pretty good reproduction, eh, Nadi?
Look, I've had enough of this, viewers. I'm going out to bake some cookies.
Nani's just going to prepare for the next segment. Warm up the sandwich toaster with you, Nani. Right now, it's very important once you finish the planter box to whack a little bit of lacquer on it. I use this Jarrett oil. It says on the label not to inhale it. But I have for years and it hasn't done me any harm. Smells all right to me. Bloody beautiful, in fact. Oh, yes, I love that stuff. You're getting mixed up with the 70s now. Watch out there, you. No cheap from you. Now, I find that a good whiff of this stuff makes the tools lighter and easier to use. Take a get the grinder and I'll show you how it's done. Ray Opie knows. Who said that? Of course, once the tools start being smart asses, I think I probably should have a beer at this point and
Oi, fat boy! One more beer and your dick will shrivel up, mate. You'll lose your self-respect. You'll lose your job. You'll wake up in a pool of your own vomit. And if that's not enough, the Mission Beat van will run you over if you try to raise yourself on one elbow. Hey? No one's going to come to your funeral. Your eulogy will be given by the microwave mate who likes you a whole bloody lot less than I do. And I hate your guts. Piss off, bloody lacquer bread.
I think I'm going to be sick.
I'd rather you sit on my face and look at that ugly mug.
There's something in the toilet. What have you been eating?
The crimes against home renovations and good television. You will be sentenced to a life of torture by your domestic appliances. Your microwave will blow up your TV dinner. Your video's gonna flash 12. Remember? Your washing machine will return your clothes in a nice colourful array of pink. And the fridge, my mate, is gonna freeze your beer and melt your ice cream.
Noni! 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 Oh, the grinder was cutting and the fridge was frosty and the toilet's full of shit. Yeah, I think I will, darling.
You've done enough with your tools for the day.
Wait.
Thanks, guys. I don't think you'll be sniffing lacquer again for some
No
time.
worries, Lonnie.
No.
Well, thank you very much, Faster Homes and Gardens and John. I believe that recently John actually wanted a fountain in his backyard, is that right?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh.
a little stone fountain they wanted up in the backyard.
Is that right?
Yeah, did you hear about that?
No, I do tell us.
Oh, well. Well,
Here we go.
Jared wanted this lovely little fountain up in his backyard, so he said to Noni, let's let it out to a local contractor. He said, they're pretty busy. I'll put a note down at Tennis Wharf and call tenders. So a couple of weeks later, they're sitting in the kitchen there, and they've got the tenders, and he said, why don't I open the envelopes now? So they opened the first envelope, and he said, how much is that one for? And she said, oh, this bloke will do it for $1,000. He said, oh, who is it? She said, it's from Greg Torpy. Oh, yeah, he said, I know Greg. He said, I'll get him on the phone and just check on this. So he gets Torpy on the phone and he said, there's Jared here, Greg. He said, I've got your quote now for that little fountain in the backyard. He said, $1,000. He said, yeah. He said, that's pretty reasonable. He said, oh yeah. He said, how do you break that down, Torp? He said, well, he said it's $500 for material and $500 for labour. And he said, as long as I get on your TV show. He said, oh, that sounds pretty good. He said, leave it with us and we'll get back to you. So, okay, they opened the next envelope, the second quote. He says, who's that one from, then? She said, oh, this one's for $2,000. He said, and it's from John Rossini. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I know John Rossini. He said, hang on, I'll get him. John, he said, it's Jared here. He said, got your quote for the fountain, $2,000. He said, how do you work that out, please? I said, well, he said, pretty simple. He said, it's $1,000 for labour and $1,000 for material. He said, okay, Rossini, we'll get back to you. He said, have you got any more quotes there? And I said, yeah, I've got the last one here. He said, open it up. Opened it up. How much is this one? $3,000. He said, oh, gee, that's getting a bit steep for me. He said, who's that one from? She said, let's have a look. It's from Matt Gardner. Matt Gardner. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I'll get him on the phone. He said, Matt, it's Jared here. Got your quote. $3,000. He said, a bit much, but he said, how do you work that out? He said, what do you mean it's too much? He said, yeah, I've never... How do you work that out? He said, well, he said, it's simple. He said, $1,000 for me, $1,000 for Jack, and we get the bloody job to Torpy.
Well, I don't know if they're ready behind that. You ready, folks? They're sort of ready.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh, they sort of reckon. That's good. Well,
This is the secret men's business.
yes. I guess this is secret business.
It's all well below the belt, they tell me, this one.
Oh, it's very well below the belt. Anybody with a slightly wobbly stomach had better leave now.
It's as a result of sitting on those cold seats on the Amelia Cave.
However, it is very good to welcome back Brian Clark. He is going to play the doctor in this,
Dr.
you know,
Clark, yeah.
the specialist.
Yeah.
Has it ever worried you that doctors, when they
Well,
go to work,
Yeah.
they go to practice? Well, we're going to see Brian Clark, now Dr. Brian Clark, practicing on Martin. Don't take it too far, boy.
Don't take it too far.
So what do you reckon it is, Doc? Just give it to me straight.
I've ever seen. What the bloody hell have you been doing?
Shut me Amelia Cave. Now cushion.
You did what? You bloody idiot. You've got more piles than history construction. Didn't you read the health warnings? Oh, this has got to go in the journal.
What? No, Doc. No, really, I'd really prefer it if you didn't, mate.
What are you worrying about? Who's going to see? It's for the journal. Smile. Right, now let's get on and get these out.
Oh, careful, Doc. I really hate pain, mate. I really hate pain.
You won't feel a thing. Ready? Oh no. It's just when you held it in the light in a certain way, it looked like a Teletubby. Get it up! You know, always a
amazes me what you find when you rummage at people's bottoms. I think some people just treat it as an extra pocket. Martin. Here. Daddy. Do you mind if I get the video camera? Oh.
Not for the journal.
No, Australia's funniest home video. Oh, right, we're getting there, Martin. Sing a bit, do you, Martin? That one's a perfect little C. Oh, yeah, we're getting there. Oh, and that was an A minor.
Sing it.
Oh, I think the next one's going to be a G
Only a time.
major. Jeez, you're a medical marvel, Martin. No doubt about you. Hey, do you mind if I keep these?
What for? The journal, Doc?
No, Christmas decorations.
Well, I don't think so, Bob. Are you ready?
They're like chili.
Anybody? Oh no, we've got to take that. Oh, I beg your pardon.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
Just a couple of minutes.
Pull me things cummerbund down. Well, I'll follow up that story about the lion. I'll start with a little joke about a lion. This is rather intellectual, I'm afraid. It appears that in the Colosseum in Rome in the old days, old Caesar used to preside over the Christians having to fight the lions. And it happened on one rare occasion that the Christian who was in the ring actually fought a fairly good fight with the lion, and by some devious means actually managed to slay the lion, and covered in scratches and almost dead, he actually had to go up in front of Caesar, who was by decree pardoned and let out into the streets of Rome. So he staggered out of the Colosseum, and feeling rather groggy at the time, he went to the nearest bar. And the barman looked at him and thought, well, he's not properly dressed to be in here, but what would you like? And the Christian said, give us a Martinez. So the barman said, you mean a martini, sir? He said, well, I want a large one. I'll ask for it. Boo him. However, that reminds me of another story about lions. There was a professor. Carrying on with the lion theme, there was a white hunter from Africa who was back in London, and he was invited to speak at a ladies' gathering, at the ladies' club, adventure club, and he stood up and he made a speech about being a big game hunter in Africa, and it wasn't very impressive really. So he sat down. So the lady and chairman said, does anybody have any questions? So one lady stood up and she said, yes, she said, I wonder if you could tell us the most exciting experience that ever happened to you, the most dangerous perhaps. And so he said, well, nothing very exciting ever happened, nothing very dangerous at all, really. She said, well, there must have been something. He said, well, yes, there was, actually. He said, I was in my tent asleep one night, he said, and I felt that I was not alone. So I opened my eyes, and I shone my torch, and there in the tent flap door was a lion. And there was a pause, and she said, well, what happened next? He said, well, he said, the lion leapt, and he went, "Arrgh!"
How's that again?
How's it go?
So, there was a silence. So this woman said, yes? Well, what happened then? He said, I shat myself. So, she said, well, I suppose that's, under the circumstances, that's not surprising. And he said, no, not then. Just now when I went, well, we give you now, ladies and gentlemen, we give you now a special act. A special act brought over especially from overseas, actually. This is an overseas, and our overseas guests, we've a huge expense from overseas, actually from the Western Shores. We bring you our very own Spice Girl, or better known as possibly the Red Hot Chili Chick.
look,
No, sorry, we'd love to do it again.
I've got to follow that. Yeah, well, I did miss one of Dan Quayle's quotes. Quite frankly, teachers are the only profession that teach our children. Thanks, Dan. One of my fondest childhood memories was sitting in class with a bunch of kids, and the teacher assigned us this little sort of task. She said, "What I want you to do is write down a word with 3 syllables, and then I want you to put that word into a sentence."
Oh,
and
that's hard.
it could be for you. Anyway. Oh, that was a bit unkind, wasn't it, Bonnie? Anyway, they're all scribbling down. We're all scribbling down the words. Anyway, the teacher said, "Okay, your 2 minutes are up. Kathy, what's your word?" And Kathy stood up and she says, "Wonderful." "That's a very good word. That's very good. Now, what's your sentence?" She says, "You are a wonderful teacher." Very good, Kathy. Okay, you can sit down now, you little suck. Okay. Mary's waving her hand. "What's your word?" She said, "Beautiful." No, it's not that word. No, you know this joke, do you? Yeah. Beautiful. Ah, that's a very good word. That's got 3 syllables. Now, what's your sentence? "You are a beautiful woman." Ah, very good, Mary. You can sit down too. And of course, little Johnny. at the back. Don't know why his name's always Johnny, but he's always up in the back there and he's screaming out. He says, please miss, please miss. And he says, okay, Johnny, what's your word? And he says, urinate. And she's gone, oh gosh, that's not a very nice word, but it does have 3 syllables. Now tell me, Johnny, what's your sentence? He says, okay, urinate, but if you had bigger tits, you'd be a 10. Thank you.
Well, we have actually reached the point where our new blood on the island, our newcomers, have really settled in, and they're finally at home sharing a smoke. Martin, for some extraordinary reason, is rather delicately poised on a cushion.
Oh, you know, interesting.
How was the interview?
Pretty good. My centre-linked officer is taking a real interest in me, actually.
What about the doctor?
Oh, yeah, fine. He's got real healing hands. How was your day?
Terrific. I got the job, I think.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Excellent. Did you sell anything?
Oh, a couple of things.
Yeah.
This is
I know
real.
Where were we? Oh shit, there goes that possum. Do you think he might fall through the roof?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think he really is 6 foot tall?
No.
Maybe he knows we're smoking.
I think you're being paranoid, Martin.
That's it, I'm going up to have a look. I'm going to go and have a look.
What if it really is 6 feet?
I'll take a torch.
That makes a lot of sense. So, do you see anything? Hey, do you see anything up there?
Yes!
Is it a possum?
Yes!
What's it doing?
Smoking a cigarette! Smoking a cigarette in a very menacing way!
Hey, what's going on up there? You're not hurting the possum, are you?
Oh!
I heard they like bananas. I'll pass you up one.
Oh! Emergency!
Mug of tea?
Oh, emergency!
I don't think a possum's gonna sit down to a mug of tea.
Emergency, quick!
All right. I'm smoking. He's hopeless.
Welcome to Dial and Aerial Automated Services. To adjust your aerial so that it picks SBS, press 1. To adjust your aerial so that it picks up channel 10, press 2.
Aerials!
Where's Andrew when you need him? Here's your mug of tea.
6-foot possum hit me on the head.
No more hydro for you, darling.
Oi, where's my light, you dog? Shit, I'm gonna be late for that bloody ferry again. Shit, bloody Scotland Island, bloody muddy roads. Go, Jesus. Oh shit, it's horse. Horse, wait! 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 Horse! Hey, you bastard!
Well, as I read it here, Martin and Wendy have finally settled in. Is that correct? You've settled in? No, they're not settled in.
We're moving in.
All right, you're moving in. Martin and Wendy have finally settled in. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm beginning to like it here, Wen.
Yeah, me too.
Right, you know you've got a job.
You always take a cushion with you on the ferry.
Yeah, and I've just fixed the aerial.
That reminds me, that tube of glue had a leak in it. Where did you put it?
Okay.
Which pocket?
Oh no,
Oh, Martin. We're stuck! Don't just stand there, take your pants off.
G'day! Hey, we're just so happy to see you guys. You settled in so nicely.
yeah, well,
Just saying how much we like it here.
Oh, yeah, we love it.
We just want to thank you guys for being such good neighbours.
Yeah,
And
nice to have
we-
nice neighbours.
We've got a little surprise for you.
Yeah, not yet.
would
No,
you
we
like
thought
a-
we might like a cup of tea, sir.
You want to give us a cup of
Yeah. Oh, hello. Hello.
Island,
Together, aren't they?
Island life's brought them closer together, hasn't it?
we've got glue in our pants.
Oh, we had glue in our pants once, didn't we?
Yeah, years before you surprised us.
Years before you could. Yeah, we're stuck in there. We're just taking
Almond? We use KY jelly.
Yeah. Oh, these young people today.
Oh, well. Anyway, look, we got a little surprise for you.
We have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for being such great neighbours.
Neighbours.
We
Yeah.
thought we'd just invite the whole
Yeah,
neighbourhood
the whole
over for a
neighbourhood
party.
over.
Yeah,
You friends, we'd like you to
No, they
meet.
just thanked me, but it was my idea.
Yeah, sure, it was yours. Yeah, it was
Ah,
yours.
great.
And this is young
Uncle Toby.
And here's our Uncle Toby.
Oh, love your cereal, mate. Love your cereal.
Matt.
Well, we're going to finish off with a customary sing-along. And you all have to sing up, okay? We want to hear you loud and clear. You all ready?
Yes.
You'll know this song. You'll know how it goes. We always live by the sea. Now I'm down here living in the city with my man and a family. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. In the evening, warm winds blow across the hills and across the sea. I close my eyes and I'm standing in a boat on the sea again. And I'm holding that long cold beer. And I feel I'm close now to where it must be. My island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. For I come from the salt water people, we always live by the sea. Now I'm living on Scotland Island, and this place will satisfy me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. Thank you very much for coming along this evening. Thank you to the people that were backstage, Boyd, Shirley up there on the lights and sound up there. We also have John at the background, doing all the hard work. And Jill on the door. And all the other people that helped with the show tonight.
Just like to thank our celebrity guest, Mr. Johnny Jarrett, up in the back.
Thank you and good night.
Yeah, we find these things out. Yeah, we find these things out. Enjoy it?
Everybody seemed to find out of it.
I came down last night, I think, oh, we get half a dozen people.